Hi, this is Melanie for the Pardesi channel. I'm here to do a film review of The Great Father, starring Mammootty and Arya. Okay, so I have been doing all of these trailer reactions to upcoming big Mammootty films like Perambu and Yatra, and while I have seen a few Mammootty films, I've definitely not seen as many of his films as I have Mohanlal, and I'd had many suggestions. Well, you need to see these films, you need to see these films. So I started looking up, I can't remember the name of it right now, but the historical epic that he did, which basically was like rated the highest, I couldn't find with subtitles readily. It may exist somewhere, but I couldn't find it. And then I kept trying to find some of the other ones, and I kept running into frustration. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to search in Netflix and see if there's any Mammootty films, because if it's on Netflix, it will have subtitles. And The Great Father is on there. Well, so I watched it. Big mistake. Okay, I have some positive things to say about the movie. But the movie also left me in white-hot incandescent rage. So, fair warning. And I do like Mammootty. You don't have to prove to me in the comments that he is a good actor and that he has wonderful films. Because I know that, and I have seen some of them. Not all of them, but I'm just saying, I know he's a good actor. My beef is not with him. It is with the script and the director who wrote the script. But let's talk about some of the good things first. Okay, one of the best things about it is the child artist who plays Mammootty's daughter. The young actress's name is Anikha, and I think I have seen her in one other film. She was in a film with Dulquer called Neela Kasham Pachakadal Chuvana Bhumi. So that's a mouthful. Anyway, so I think I have seen her in a film. She was wonderful. She has to play such a range of emotions. She's such a little brat at the beginning, but I loved her relationship with her father. Her father is her superhero. Now, she's telling these stories to her classmates, like making her father out to be a mobster. I thought he really was a mobster. Come to find out, he just evidently owns some sort of real estate development company. I like the relationship, of her telling, come on, Dad, wear the cool leather jacket, wear the sunglasses. I love their relationship. They spend a decent amount of time making the audience fall in love with this girl, which is not hard because the character's name is Sarah. Little Sarah is adorable. Now, she does one thing that you have to understand. For an American, with all that we have going on, she brings a gun to school to prove a point. Okay, that first, I guess the word would be triggering. That's triggering for somebody from the United States with all the school shootings that we've had. No, not funny. Not funny. That just took me out of the movie. I'm like, no. So she gets in trouble for bringing a gun to school. But this film has been out for a couple of years. If you don't want any spoilers, just know that I'm going to tell you, do not watch this film. So I kind of wondered from the title if it was going to be a little bit like Liam Neeson in Taken. I don't think there's any big secret. The little girl is attacked, and it's by a serial pedophile predator. She's not killed, so, spoilers, but she's extremely traumatized. So this vivacious girl, this daddy's girl, turns almost catatonic. And there's a scene with Mammootty, and I can't remember if he was talking to a therapist or who he was talking to, and he has an amazing scene when he just talks about being a father, not knowing what to do, and he's constantly wringing his hands, and you just tell the nervous energy, that his grief, his pain over what has happened to his daughter. And that one particular scene was so good. And Anikha playing Sarah was so good in going from this vivacious, fun-loving girl who idolizes her father to realizing her father cannot protect her from all the monsters in the world. She is so good in the second half of the film, showing herself, having to show these dark emotions. Arya, which when I first saw it, I didn't even know Arya was going to be in the film, so that was a pleasant surprise. He plays a cop who is searching out for these serial killers. The serial attacker, serial killer. And Mammootty at first doesn't realize that this is not an isolated incident, that there is a pattern in the city. Overall, I don't mind, the fact that they chose this dark subject. But the problem is they made us fall in love with this little girl and get emotionally invested. And then after the attack happens, which we don't, see in real time necessarily, but the way everyone treats this little girl after she is attacked, that's what made me blow up with rage. And this is why. A child has been traumatized. I can understand a father's grief that he wants her to just forget. But there's literally a scene where he says to her, "It's all a dream, it's all a dream." And then 2 seconds later, "Who did this?" And he's probing her and she runs away crying. Okay, I can understand in some ways a clumsy father not having the right words to say, wanting to figure out who has done this. But not only does he traumatize her in that way, that's the one scene that maybe I could forgive. But then there is a child psychologist who sits there and proceeds to tell the child, you want to just get over this because you're making your mommy and daddy unhappy. It seemed like she was a friend of the little girl's doctor mother and basically saying, like, your mom can't even work because you're acting like this. Okay, that made me just enraged that a psychologist or a therapist would talk to a little girl like this who has been through this trauma and basically tell her, shape up and stop acting like this stop acting sad because you're hurting your parents. Oh, and then Arya interrogates her like she is the murderer and is trying to get, with no sensitivity. Okay, that's the kind of scene that you have when the cop is actually in on it with the bad guy. If you're going to have a scene like that and then you show, okay, that's the bad way to do it. Not that one of your heroes is treating a little girl like that who's been violated. Oh my God, I was just like enraged. So I cannot recommend this film. I'm sorry. And I don't think this is an Indian cultural difference thing. It's just the mother in me just rebelled from how awful those script points were. And I can't get past it. Now, Arya looked like beefcake. He's obviously been working out. I saw another review that commented on why did we need to see him, working out. Like, I didn't mind that. Like, show me how he's fit. That's fine. But show him traumatizing a girl who's already been traumatized. Not fine. Not fine. The script should have been thought of in a different way so that the little girl did not have to be traumatized further. End, full stop, done. Okay, this is my rant. Normally I don't get so angry about films, but, Anikha was so good. It doesn't matter. She's a little girl, and there's ways to tell a story like this. If you're going to tell a story, don't make us so invested in her, and then maybe I could have excused some of it, but no, I can't get over it. The villain was also just kind of one-dimensional. I'm not even getting into all of that. And there was tons of slow-mo, both for Mammootty to just show off being in a leather jacket or in the fight scenes, and it was a bit much. So I had an issue with the way the film was edited. I thought Mammootty looked good. Like I said, there was a few good scenes that he had that were exemplary and showed his talent, but my issue was with the script and with the director for perpetrating. I don't care if this is a topical thing and this is maybe what would exactly happen. I don't care. Show us a better way of being than this. Okay, rant done. If you like this video, please press the like button, share it, follow me on Twitter at PardesiYT, subscribe to the Pardesi channel, and if you press the bell, then you get a notification whenever I have a new trailer reaction or film review. And if you know of another Mammootty favorite film that is on Hotstar, Amazon Prime, with subtitles, let me know, because I need to wash the taste of this movie out of my mouth.